Aloha everyone, this is March 28th, 2016, and this is the continuation of the Starstreams Arcadia series. This will be the last video up to tomorrow, which is the date of entry for these Starstreams into the Earth, March 29th. Although I may continue some of these videos concerning what happens next with the Starstreams. I'm not exactly sure at this time. It depends upon what I receive. In order to understand what the Starstreams are, you will need to look at least the last video, the third one, to get an idea. The first two talk more about, well, different aspects of it and the quantum science around it and things of that nature. But at the very least, watching the third video will clue you into more or less what this is all about. And so we have our guardian of one of the hosted crystal skulls of the Osiris Arising Project, positioned now at Uluru in Australia. A native of Australia, Donna, flew about 6 hours to get to Ayers Rock for this occasion, and she will be working with specific dynamics regarding it all. It need be understood that anything we work with on these levels, any human being does, if they're connecting to the intention of what is received, has an effect. It is not like we are some kind of a super team and we can do all these amazing things. These things are happening of their own accord, and whether we do something about it, with it, whether we join it or not, it's going to take place. However, when human beings become a part of it consciously, with conscious intention, there's no question in my mind, but that it balances it, it directs it more specifically into the human spectrum. And these are sacred events. I use the word sacred not in a religious sense, but in a spiritual sense, in a light engendered sense. And they are sacred from that perspective. And anything of light, when we give it more fuel in a positive, enlightened way, we connect more deeply to it, and it brings it more firmly and positively into the human experience. And so what you do tomorrow on the 29th, if you feel so guided, is to, first of all, in preparation, or perhaps even early that morning on the day of that day, if you haven't already, watch all of the four, including this one, Starstreams videos. Each one is relatively short. That is on YouTube here. And then there's also one that is an activational video on Vimeo, and I will put the link to that below in the box that is accompanying this video on YouTube. And then I might recommend that you simply be with it. Whatever you are guided to do, go out in nature, at your altar. What does this express to you? If you feel it expresses indeed anything, spend some time with that and draw it into your being and say, I recognize you. I recognize this event and those who have directed, orchestrated, and participated in it. And that includes, of course, when we're speaking about directing it, the ultra beings and all who are present in that scope. The actual event was not created by ultra beings. It is a cosmic event, but we have to see these things as registering in a field of experience and godness, if you will, that is beyond our comprehension. So someone is orchestrating it, to be sure, is creating it. And from that creation, the ultra beings, the angelics, those in those higher spheres of reality, are helping it to come to fruition in its most positive way. And everything in the universe, as I have explained before, everything we see in the universe, we experience in the universe that is going on in our universal cell is of our hologram, of our creational world. Does the universe exist if we don't see it? Well, this is a big question. And I'm not sure that even I, with my Thothic insight, am prepared to answer that. I've received nothing from Thoth of that highest dimension that I can assuredly tell you, oh, well, no, we don't see it, so it doesn't exist, or we do see it and it does exist, because I know that we experience things that we don't consciously recognize. But what about the unconscious? So these are many questions we can all explore together. But right now, this video is intended to just simply focus us back on the event tomorrow of May 29th, when these 3 fiber optic tubes, so to speak, come from these stars into our realm that are going to start feeding us from the Atosic universe, which is our mother universe. And Uluru is where it bursts open into the surface of the planet like a wave moving across the surface and igniting all the major portals of the Earth to receive these coordinates and codes. We already know that long after I had began speaking about this event and the connection with Uluru and how that would occur, as I mentioned in the previous video, there was a 6-point-something earthquake right next to Uluru, which was, in my determination from what I've received from Thoth, part of the opening of the crack there in preparation for tomorrow's date. For the Sholar Sisterhood, who are the ones that guardian the many of the skulls that are a part of the Osiris Arising project that I and Thoth have been facilitating. Again, being with your skull, connecting to Donna, where she is at Uluru, and asking before you sleep on the night of the 29th to be more fully aware and present with the whole activation. And of course, tonight as well, on the night of the 28th, but Thoth was stressing the night of the 29th is carrying all of this forward into the next dimension of its receipt. And so the Sholar are about uniting this energy with the Osiris Arising project, as well as their own personal experience with it, of course. As I stated on the last video, I believe, I will be holding a gathering here. When I say here, I mean in my real world home here on Kauai. That I'm going to place the major dweller skulls, including the White Queen, who is basically the thresholder for all of them in this particular matrix here on Kauai. I'm going to be placing them on the lanai facing Mount Waialeale, where the true dweller skull of the White Queen abides. And our small little gathering is just going to do some kind of inner focusing and acknowledging and connecting to this process. And I will see what transpires from that. I have no plans, nothing written up, no ceremony. It's not that type of thing. It's going to be very spontaneous. We're just going to be present with it and see what unfolds. So the Sholar might also find their presence connected to me here in Kauai and the matrix and our gathering. I really don't want to call it a ceremony, as well as with Donna in Uluru. So this concludes this particular video, and I will be connecting with all of you who feel so guided tomorrow. Aloha.